seen it cards. Now, there are only like 3... Oh, I have the answers. I'm on the answer side. So there are only 3 questions per card, so I figure I'd do 2 cards today just to feel like I'm doing just 1 card. So this was the DVD game from I don't know what year. We'll learn. But the nice thing about this is it's all Trek up to Enterprise. I'm thinking. We'll see what year we're looking at here. We're looking at 2008, 2009. Okay. Sorry about that. Woo. All right, so let us begin some Star Trek Seen It questions. What is the name of the Kardashian? Oh my God, I just said it. I just said Kardashian while reading the term Kardashian. I'm ashamed of myself, and I feel bad that happened. But anyway, we are looking for the name Obsidian Order. Obsidian Order. I feel like there's another name on top of the organization, but maybe I'm confusing that with the Romulan stuff, with the Tal Shiar versus whatever was introduced in Picard that I didn't pay attention to. But it's the Obsidian Order. And, again, it's a Garrick-related question. And I love when, anytime Deep Space Nine comes on the table, I always come back around to Garrick. And now that I am upstairs, I will show off my Garrick book. So this is a Star Trek novel that truly began the post-Deep Space Nine, post-Nemesis reality that ended recently in a trilogy of books called, I don't know, I did 3 videos on them, like End of Oblivion or something. I don't know, it was a great book, but this is what started it back in, it's double signed by Andy Robinson, but this was the year 2000. All right, it's a great pocketbook. So this was a signed copy on the front, and twice. Oh, I always thought this was 2007, but this is 2001. That makes sense. 5/19/01. Stitch in Time, one of the best Trek books out there. It immediately follows the end of Deep Space Nine, and it's all about the fallout of the Dominion destruction of most of Cardassia. And it's a heck of a read, and I would highly recommend it. So there it is. This is my signed copy that I found in a used bookshop and just paid maybe $3 for it. So now it's under some glass, and it's there we go. And this was not the copy I read. So Stitch in Time, there it is. It exists. Back to the questions. All right, so let's get to the next question, and it is, who kills Tasha Yar? I had just done a breakdown. I did a round. I did something that was all about Tasha. And Armis is the sludge creature from Skin of Evil. In the big oatmeal printer's ink pit that Frakes had to go into, and it's Armis. Armis kills Tasha Yar, and an unnamed Romulan officer also kills Tasha Yar. The father of Sela. I don't believe we know his name, or the Romulans kill Tasha Yar, or someone Romulan adjacent kills Tasha Yar, the alternative Tasha Yar. So, in various realities, things not working out well for Tasha Yar. All right. Okay, so this was the actor who played Zefram Cochrane. I'm blanking on his name right now. Academy Award-winning actor from Babe. Read more about him below. James Cromwell. Boom, boom, boom. Seems like I draw inspiration by thinking about how I'm going to go find some stuff. So yeah, Cromwell does a brief, has a brief appearance in a recorded video from a speech of Zefram Cochrane, where he dedicates the Warp 5 facilities, which then create the engine that was used in the NX-01 Enterprise. And he says, on this spot, a great engine will be born, or something like that. And then they use the term, and we will go boldly, finally doing away with the split infinitive from the boldly going. The answer is James Cromwell. All right, so 3 more questions, and then we'll do answers. Hopefully I can remember the answers. So this is card number 2. Oh, finally. Finally, I have an excuse to discuss what I think at the end of the day, although it's a close tie with Way to Eden, we reach, my favorite insane episode of TOS, which is Return of the Archons. I love Return of the Archons because it is so insane. I have no idea what's going on in that episode, and that's why I love it so much. First, we have this festival where we're just doing some destructive, all kinds of bad things that are happening on the streets. People are destroying stuff. People are getting. It's like a Roddenberry fever dream. And it's nuts, and it's never explained. It's this festival time. And then festival's over because the red hour approaches, right? I don't know. I love it. I watch it again because I'm always continually dumbfounded by what is happening in this episode. It is nuts. That is my love for Return of the Archons. And then Takai being all brainwashed, and then you're not of the body, you know? And then DeForest Kelly, you speak in strange whispers, you know? Who would not love this episode? Love it. So Landru, what is Landru? All right. Well, Landru was a person, but the Landru in this episode is really a computer that was programmed by Landru, that then set in the works how the population on, is it Beta 3 is the name of the planet, or Beta, I think it's Beta 3, Beta 4. They did a lower decks with this, which was a lot of fun. So we all find this episode to be insane. So anyway, Return of the Archons, is insane as it was. The ending is insane too. It's right. It's one of many. A Taste of Armageddon is another one, where Kirk is going. The apple also comes to mind. Going toe to toe with a computer. Okay, now I'm thinking about. Okay, so it's Taste of Armageddon. Yeah, that is the name of the episode. I don't know why. Return of the Archons, the apple. God, there's another one. I just had it off the tip of my tongue, where he takes on the computer, and I've lost it. I'll never get it back. I'll find it anyway. But there's at least half a dozen Kirk takes on computer episodes in TOS. But this is one of my their Ultimate Computer comes to mind. That wasn't the one I was thinking of. I think there's another one. So I have 4 right now. But yeah, anyway, that's what happens. So with some witty banter, and I think some phasers in the works, or Spock does something. For the World is Hollow and I've Touched the Sky. We there's a computer in that one too that's ruling everyone's lives. So that's 5 now. How about that one where the computer image goes after individual males to kill them? Does that one count? That's a 3rd season. I Am for Sulu, or whatever's going on. I can't remember the name of that. And then does Spock's brain count as computer? You remember brain and brain. What is brain? So, I mean, we keep going. I feel like I have a whole digression on Kirk taking on computers that are running the lives of everyone on a planet because there's no development, and therefore, if it's not a developing society, the Prime Directive doesn't count, and Kirk can just either the Muds androids one, listen to me, Norman, I am lying. Muds something. I don't know what the name of that one was. Okay, we have that one as well. Hey, how about the... Ooh, now I want to keep going. I don't think this will end. I can go through... the Android one, where with the Grok or whoever they are. What are little girls made of? That's not computer running society, but that is Android. We can move the Android and the computer in there too, because again, Kirk is fooling it by saying some stuff and then getting Spock all upset and worried and all this. Okay, I'm done with Kirk versus computers. Do you have some that I've missed? Put those down below, and then I can do a whole dive on this and do some breakdowns, and maybe have something outlined. But this is where the Springboard's taken me, all because of my love for Return of the Archons. Where are the Archons? We're here to help. Where are the Archons? We're here to... Okay. Landru. Peace be... I don't know. That's what they did with. And okay, I'm not done with Return of the Archons, because some of the acting is horrible in this episode. There's somebody on the street now 2 big episodes where the acting is horrible. Is Errand of Mercy, where there's this Klingon lieutenant who did they just pull him out the street and have him do some lines, because those lines are horrible, to the point where John Colicos is just kind of just trying to do what he can as core to deal with whoever he's given lines to. And your daddy can see him, can't he? That whole you're from the valley. Have you oh my God, some really horrible acting on the streets before the red hour hits, before a festival. And I don't know who the guy is that's screaming festival, but I love that guy. And my throat's a bit chalky today, but I want to scream festival and just go running in the street. Festival! Festival! And okay. The clock is reminding me I need to stop. Stop with the Return of the Archons. But this has opened the door. This question here. I don't want it to end. So much for doing 2 scenic cards today, right? This is going overboard. My computer hasn't decided. This is going to be like a 10 gig upload. All right, that's Return of the Archons. I'm never going to be done talking about Return of the Archons. Thank you, Card. Finally. And we go from a high to a low, because the alternative factor is a big old hot mess. But it does introduce us to like the antimatter universe, which is huge in DC Comics, because there you have Crisis on Infinite Earths and all that stuff. So I feel like they took the antimatter universe stuff from this episode and just incorporated into some Green Lantern books, and then that became a big working basis for where the anti-monitor comes from. And so this is a question about the alternative factor. Is the original series episode is the first Star Trek episode to deal with what notion of duality? Matter, antimatter. So Lazarus is the guy in this episode, and there are 2 versions of him. One is the antimatter Lazarus, and the other is the matter Lazarus, and I can't remember which one's the good guy or not, and I guess it doesn't matter at the end, because they're stuck in like this limbo void in between where they're choking each other to death. Much like Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, only they're not like thousands. So anyway, and we're first introduced to lithium. We're not yet a dilithium there, and Lazarus has his little bubble spaceship. But the rest of the episode is a mess. And I remember in the first scene, they do the time is come unbroken, and they throw up an image of kind of a nebula or whatnot that was that I remember seeing on a National Geographic cover that I'm sure was around the time that episode was produced in 1966. Okay, that's alternative factor. We'll see how I did later. I don't know this actor's name, but I feel like he's come up before, and this is not Corbin Burnson. This is the Voyager episode. I do not know his name. I have no idea. I can see his face, but that's all I know. Read more about him below when I find out his name. All right, answer time. I've taken up a lot of time, right? Do we remember what these questions were? I'm not sure I do. We'll see. Obsidian Order. Great. There's my Garrett Geek-out. Wonderful. Armus, Skin of Evil. That's my Armus Geek-out. Even better. I did a Geek-out on Armus earlier, but... Oh, I haven't done my Armus voice. You want me to do my Armus voice? Good, I'm glad you said yes. I don't know if I'm up for it. No, I don't think I can do my Armus voice. Maybe next time. I thought it would amuse me. Ha! Okay, that's all. Very good, Tin Man. Okay, that's it. And James Cromwell was Zephyr Cochrane. Well, no, he didn't reprise the role in A Mirror Darkly Part 1. They just used footage from First Contact, or reprise. So I'm going to call shenanigans on this little tidbit here, because Cromwell didn't come back for that one. They used the footage from First Contact, and they matched it up with something else. That's what they did there. But that's different from Broken Bow, which Cromwell came back to do. Copyright 2008 Mattel. All right, second card. This was the fun card. A computer. Yes, that's Landrew. Parallel universes. Okay, well, I went on matter, antimatter, but yes, they are parallel universes, I suppose. So I'm giving myself credit for that. I welcome the pushback, should there be any. And finally, number 3. Oh! Okay, I got the whole wrong episode. I forgot about this episode of... I was thinking the Q in Voyager that wants to kill himself, whose name was Quinn. But yeah, Voyager did like... maybe I feel like it's a half dozen Q episodes. They did the Quinn episode. They did Q with the Kid episode, and Susie Platskin was a Q in that. And then they did like the Civil War reenactment Q episode. So that's 3. Let's just say there were 3. I don't know how many more there were. Yeah, so there we go. So go and enjoy your own festivals, and to be continued.